Let's rock and roll. Shoot that like button if you really want more Bond videos every week. It's by far the most important thing for the channel. A question keeps popping up in the comments. Will No Time to Die flop? And here's what I think. It needs to make at least $700 million to be deemed a success, or for them at least to save face. While they'd love $1 billion, wouldn't we all? But here's why they need to hit the 700 number. For those who don't know, a flop is a film that doesn't meet its box office expectations or loses money. A very well-known flop in recent years is the John Carter film, which lost Disney a lot of money. Some people think that a $100 million film needs to make $101 to be deemed profitable. But unfortunately, it's not that simple. However, let's try and simplify it anyway. The 2.5 rule. The 2.5 rule just simply means that a film needs to make at least 2.5 to 3 times its budget to break even. Why that much, you say? Well, let's say you are making the next James Bond movie and it costs $200 million to produce. Round conventional thinking is you need to match your production budget with a marketing budget too. It's why we see news of a very big premiere coming for No Time to Die. They want the world to see and know this film is out. So you get to 200 million pretty quickly if you're trying to make the whole world aware of your film. And then the distributors and theatre owners need to get their cut too. Let's just say 150, 200 million on top of that. I said this was oversimplified. So for our fictional $200 million movie, you need about 550, 600 to break even. And that's a lot of tickets all across the world you need to sell. It's part of the reason why these blockbuster films can't actually go to on demand. That's just an example of the crazy big money that goes into making, releasing, marketing these films. Bond is a little funny outlier in all this example because the Bond films get deductions from product placement and using different items. They don't pay for the Aston Martins like another production would. And then you obviously have your tie-in marketing. So Bond film runs a bit of a leaner ship than your regular blockbuster film, but still very expensive. And every week that No Time to Die sits on the shelf, it costs them money. Okay, so I say 700 million to keep the series going. And looking back on his last 2 outings, that's easy for James Bond. However, it's never easy, especially when it comes to making $700 million. Tenet and Wonder Woman both lost money in box office terms. Warner's put them out, and if you were doing the regular math, they would have lost money. But Warner Brothers had a different sort of strategy. They wanted to use them as loss leaders for their HBO Max platform. That's not an option for Bond or MGM. So we have to wait and see. Wait and see if cinemas are open and still in business. Have consumers changed their tastes and what they like to do? What I like to do is look out for indicators. And there will be some in the coming months. I think if Suicide Squad, Venom, or Dune, which is the week before No Time to Die, have a successful opening weekend, Bond should be safe. Bond and MGM don't have the option of using this as a loss leader for Netflix or Disney Plus, HBO Max. This could be make or break for MGM. So one thing we know coming into the next few months, the marketing will be mad to make sure everyone knows the Bond is coming out this October. So in short, I think for them to walk away happy, clear the balance sheet, not go out of business, 700 million is the number for this film. Once again, they'd love to make $1 billion. Why not stretch to 2? And what we as fans should take as information going into this is looking at other films and how they do leading up to this. There'll definitely be a slow comeback to cinemas as more people are vaccinated, but they should give us a good indicator on whether this film can succeed. Who knows? On October 1st, James Bond might not just have to save the world, but cinema too. Once again, if you like this, shoot the like button. It's the most important part of things for YouTube nowadays. And let me know what you think. Will James Bond make enough money to break even, or is this film going to lose money like everything else?